Hello, everybody. Narc University again, having some gems come through. A lot of times when I'm working by myself, the house is quiet, can really think about things. And a client was just talking about how they just wanted to get revenge. That's it. That's the state that this person is in. And what I said to this person is, if that's what keeps you going, to think about it, use that anger and use that feeling to get you through. Living well is the best revenge, always, every time. And when you're talking about a narcissist, revenge on a narcissist, that is the ultimate revenge, because they have told everybody that you are a person that you are not. You might have become a different person and showed different parts of yourself when you were together with this person, especially in a romantic relationship, a partner relationship, maybe not family because you've always been brought up in that, but that's not who you are underneath. That's not who your soul is. And that's exactly why they picked you, because you aren't them. You aren't them. You picked up some of their bad traits and then they can use that against you. Well, you do the same thing. You did the same thing. You're the narcissist. Like, that's the big joke, right? What does a narcissist say when you tell them they're a narcissist? That you're the narcissist, right? Like, everybody knows that. That's the first thing they say. And the deeper you get with them, the more fleas you have, right? So you roll around with dogs, you get fleas. So that's what we call them in this community, fleas. But nothing pisses these people off more than knowing and seeing you go back to be your best self without them. Because they're telling everybody, you only got where you were today because of them. Oh, I got her that car. I did that business. The kids went there because of me. Like, it's just whatever your circumstance is, you never would have done it without them. The arrogance is staggering. And literally, it's one of the things that causes the cognitive dissonance in us. Until you see these people when their masks are off, you have no idea who you're dealing with. But once they show you, really show you, that's who they are. And that person, without the mask, that's who they are. And always have been. But they've been able to cover it up. They've been able to cover it up. Narcissism is a disease of hiding in plain sight. Right? And as far as living well is the best revenge, if you don't believe that they really don't want what's good for you, they really just want to control you, think back to the little things. If you haven't yet in your relationship really seen their mask slip, you've seen tells, or you wouldn't be listening to this. You've seen tells. Okay, so here's one. Here's a tell. So when I finally literally had to leave, get out of the house because the police were being called on us. My son was being threatened, like total chaos. Okay. This was orchestrated and planned, really. They will bait us and provoke us, waiting for us to react, right? And so it worked. My son reacted, not in not in a serious way, but enough that the abuser could implement the strategy that they were waiting to implement, which was to get us out of the house. Okay? Well, they don't want you anymore. They're done. And they will punish you. So if they think you have wronged them in any way, or they think you're going to leave them, they always know what you're doing. So they are going to put it on their timeline, not yours, when you are not ready. So of course this happens and we have to leave for our safety. And I had no money, no income at all. I had unemployment. But since this person also changed my insurance all around without telling me, I actually happened to just notice a bill. I had to spend $3,000 up front so that my insurance wouldn't get canceled. So that was my unemployment money, right there. And so I was asking other family members to try to step in and help me until I could sell my house, and I would pay them back after that. These family members, it was really, really difficult to go through. And when I look back, like I think back on those days, but I remember saying, I need to pay my truck. It's a big payment, but I need to keep it, right? So that money was promised and never came. Never came. Or came too late, actually. It came, but like a month later than I needed it. In the meantime, I said, I don't need that anymore. My cousin let me borrow the money. I will tell you, the look on this man's face, he was pissed that I had gotten money from someone else. Somebody else had stepped in to help me. Yep. And then, you're asking, and a lot of times abusers will, they know you have no support. They know who's going to support you, who's not going to support you. They know that the minute they meet your family. And when I first heard that on narcissism channels, I was like, that's a little much. Oh, but now that it's gone down, I look back and it's true. It's true. The family members I was really, really tight with, I don't know. I don't like them that much. We don't vibe that much. 2-3 hours at Christmas. Stuff like that. So they isolate you little by little. They don't want you to have anybody else. So when you leave and you do it, and you have other people that are empaths just like you, that have a frickin' soul just like you, that don't let their ego get in the way, that's it for them. They can't stand it. And that is really hard for us to realize, because anybody who is a victim wants to help people. Like, that's our natural instinct, is to help. But we overhelp, we overgive, we overpromise, we over benefit of the doubt, we over everything. So overheal. Okay? Take care of yourself in ways that only you know how. If you want to sit in a dark room every day after work because you need to slow down your nervous system because you're so dysregulated, if you feel like that's necessary for healing, that's what you do. If somebody tells you to journal and you don't think you can because it will trigger you, then don't journal. You are strong enough that you survived the most epic mind fuck in the game. No joke, real shit. So keep going. And if revenge is what you're after, that's how you do it. Because trust me, living well is the best revenge. And they can watch. They can just watch.